Well, welcome to the latest edition of Grace Words. I'm Tim Carmen, and I'm glad you could join me today. You know, it would be hard to remember a time in living memory when uncertainty is more prevalent than right now. As I say these words today, a state of emergency exists in every state of the Union for the first time in U.S. history. Americans are losing their jobs by the hundreds of thousands. The number of unemployment applications is breaking all records. Every day we hear dire predictions about a collapsing economy that will plunge us into the next Great Depression. And that's just the indirect effects of COVID 19. Thousands of people are dying of the virus, and the fear of getting it is rampant across this nation and the entire globe. The feeling of uncertainty has perhaps never been higher in our communities as folks fear for their jobs, finances, health, and a myriad of other worries. Nothing seems certain. It's as if there's no firm ground to stand on, nothing to anchor our lives to. David in the Old Testament knew all about uncertainty and fear. He spent much of his early adulthood running for his life from Saul, the king of Israel, who was seeking to kill him. God had promised David that he would someday become king, but it seemed as though the walls of his life were crashing in on him. Uncertainty was a daily companion for David as he hid out in caves and forests, always trying to stay one step ahead of his pursuers. In Psalm 10, he wrote, "Why, Lord, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble?" David is proof that even the most dedicated and godly Christian struggles with uncertainty. In fact, many well-known people in the Bible struggled with life's many uncertainties. Moses, Elijah, Jeremiah, and Peter, just to name a few. I know I struggle with the frightening times we live in, and I'm sure you do too. David, in spite of his struggles, wrote in Psalm 18:2, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold." In these days of unprecedented uncertainty, we have a rock, a fortress to take refuge in. God provides the anchor that we so desperately need right now. Let's face it, this coronavirus pandemic didn't take God by surprise. The God who is there in good times is the same God in uncertain times. Yes, we live in a troubling time. Yes, there seems to be much to fear. And yes, the future can look pretty bleak. But God offers to be our rock, our stronghold, a firm place to stand as we go about our daily lives both now and in the future. And that's good news in uncertain times. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Grace Words.